Hey, Eric Sider here, and in this video I want to talk about how through observation of energy flows you can design in abundance and efficiency to your system. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'm out here in my forage spot, and this is something I noticed in the last rain event. Now this is essentially, I'm in a stormwater diversion drain canal, and but a lot of it is acting like a swale. But something from the last rain event, I noticed this is where all the water's coming. There's a pipe here that goes through out into the street where there's another big channel, but a lot of the debris gets caught up here. And as Bill said, water is the universal solvent. It's also the universal transporter. So it's gonna, whatever can't dissolve in water is gonna get carried by water. So a lot of debris. And you can take advantage of these phenomenon and energy flows once you observe where they're happening, and then you can also design them into your own systems once you understand water, wind, and gravity and how all that functions. So what happened here is all this deer manure that's up on this slope and that slope and this whole way, it all get pretty much floated and washed down. And so there's all this collection all right around here, which I've harvested a lot of it, but it also makes that aspect of it way easier and way more efficient. And I mean, basically anything that can be carried in water, you can design this into your systems. You can see there's a lot of wood, obviously debris, organic matter that floats, but seeds, fruits, manure, all that stuff. This is why one of the great things about swales that many people won't realize is not only is its main function is water harvesting and rehydrating and growing trees, but it's also a great concentrator of nutrient and other elements. So you can do little funky features in the swale. You can have deeps, you can have slightly different levels if you want to, where basically with the deepest section of the swale, when there is standing water, is where the debris is typically going to end up at the end. So you can design that in if you want to further concentrate whatever it is that might be falling or rolling or blowing or dropping into the trench. All right, so you can see how everything on this slope, when it does rain or wind or gravity, is going to end up in this trench. And so when it does rain, all this basically becomes a mini river, and then that's all going to flow down to here. And you can, now this is just naturally occurring because it becomes a high spot before it goes into that crossing there. So most all the debris kind of collects right here. And then you can see obviously the water line where the top of this debris was. So it comes up quite high. And it's also something you need to understand is the total water flows in the system, because you don't want to design something in without understanding the maximum rain event and having it flooded or damaged. So you can see this wraps right around here. And so, you know, debris, also it's going to be a heck of a soil depository. So this area is probably one of the most fertile parts of this whole little area because it's flat and it's getting deposited. So you got some, so look at that. Some nice dark looking soil there. I mean, crumbly, pretty nice, and all this is just occurring because of, largely by accident, but this is easily something you can design in from scratch, or if you have these features on your property, you can, once you observe them, you can take advantage of them and add in certain accessories. So as you can see, this looks very much like a dryland swale, which everything growing in the trench. All right, hope you enjoyed that little observation and design video, and how easy it is to design in these abundant harvesting elemental features. So observation is definitely foundation of proper permaculture design, and particularly sustainable and regenerative systems. You're going to be very hard to do without observing. I mean, you can set up the mainframe structures, but until you are observing, you're not going to really understand the true evolutions of a system. And there's always going to be surprises. And, you know, as we get better and as permaculture becomes hopefully more common knowledge, the future generations will be able to see those evolutions further into the future. All right, as always, got the permaculture shirts and got select designs now in sweatshirt form. So for the winter of the Northern Hemisphere anyways, and as well as consultation and design, all those links will be below. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.